Good evening, everyone. गुड इवनिंग।
नमस्कार पूनम जी।
नमस्ते नमस्ते, कैसे हैं आप?
बढ़िया, आप बताइए।
मैं बढ़िया। आज
तो अभी तो बोलिए।
नहीं, मैं ये बोल रही थी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कोऑर्डिनेटिंग द सेशन। आज आप कर रहे हैं कोऑर्डिनेशन?
हाँ, तो बस 2-3 मिनट और वेट करते हैं, फिर सेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं अपने।
यस यस, इट
हाँ।
वर्क्स। यस।
पूनम जी, अपने स्टार्ट करते हैं। पूनम जी।
यस यस, स्टार्ट करते हैं जी।
गुड इवनिंग। गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स। इज द 67th sessions of our Golden Charcha. EIS Initiative Golden on every Monday. Speaker is CM Poonam Pathak ji. His topic is breaking the limiting mindset, scaling your CA practice. तो टॉप जिसका की नोट्स है बिल्डिंग सिस्टम, नोट dependency, like an entrepreneurship from 12 hours, see how we develop qualities, etc. Today's speaker is CA Poonam Pathak. He is a dynamic and accomplished chartered accountant, celebrated for her experience in company law, NRI taxation, and financial leadership. With over 8 years of professional experience, he has covered out of as a trusted advisor to corporate, NRI, and entrepreneur, helping them navigate complex regularly landscape with clarity and confidence. Her journey in the profession has been marked by both technical excellence and deep commitment to leadership. As a former managing committee member of the Navy Mumbai branch of ICI, Poonam contributed significantly to member engagement, student development, and strategic decision making. See also plays by that CA and learning professionals. For testing of IIC and director to serve company insight of compliance to sustainability strategic over 2020.
There is some network issue. Uh, I think there is some network issue.
Hello,
Hello.
am I audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Might be Chimpu is getting some network issue. I, as a chairman of CA Institute of AIRC, welcome Poonamji to this session of Golden Charcha. Madam, I just want to apprise that the objective of this Golden Charcha is to give the platform to the young chartered accountant who have good quality, who have good talent, but somehow we are unable to call them or they are unable to come here, and hence we want to gather this talent pool and portray before the public, before the audience, and we can say that we have a talent pool and which chartered account had a lot of knowledge inside and we can serve the society well. With this initiative it was started, and I'm happy that I think 70 or 71st something is that, and by that way I'm serving the institute by this way, and the topic is very apt and very relevant, and I welcome you, and I think my audience, my participants will be most benefited with your delivery. So now over to you, because Shimpuj is not in a position to connect you because of some technical issue. So I'm directly handing over to you for the purpose of deliberations. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your valuable time to us. Over to you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak, and thank you to whole team of EIRC for this initiative. And I also believe that young people have lot of uh, talent. They have lot to speak. Welcome back, Chimpuji. Do you?
सॉरी पूनम, जो नेटवर्क का इशू हो गया था।
No problem.
2 मिनट और लूंगा। आपने स्टार्ट कर दिया क्या?
No, no, you can speak.
2 मिनट और लूंगा। In 2024, her digital influence and educational outreach earned her a coveted place among the top 40 finance influencer in the year. Award by FTLD ICI. This honor reflects her impact in the democratization financial knowledge, specifically for the NRS community and young professionals navigating global financial decisions. So I request our dynamic CA Poonam Pathak ji to take the session. Over to Poonam ji.
Thank you so much, Impuji, for wonderful introduction you have given. Thank you so much. And Chairman sir is also here, and he was talking about the initiative. And I truly believe in my PPT also, I have included while I'm talking about the scaling up of the CA practice, how speaking helps. So the young talent, I always motivate them, I always encourage them to speak more, to become a speaker on any topic of they are comfortable, because once you start speaking, you have to do lot of research, you have to deep dig about that topic, and once you start reading about it, speaking about it, you yourself becomes expert in that subject, and that helps young talent a lot. So in like my tenure, I encourages many young people to become a speaker, and I'm very happy that now they have given sessions to the places, to the platforms where I have not reached, and I'm truly like happy for them. And as a chairman, the work you are doing is quite motivating. So I'm sharing my PPT here. And I got a call from the AIRC to select the topic, and I thought this is the topic which is very close to my heart, and I love to speak about it. Because when I meet with the
पूनम
our
जी आपसे 2 मिनट और लूंगा। पूनम जी 2 मिनट और लूंगा, हमारे विष्णु तुलसियान जी लाइन पे हैं। आई रिक्वेस्ट विष्णु भैया, आवर चेयरमैन AIRC, टू से समथिंग।
चिंपू जी, चिंपू जी,
हाँ।
जब आपका लाइन डिस्कनेक्ट था ना, तो मैंने उसका फायदा उठा लिया और मैंने
अच्छा,
एड्रेस दे
थैंक यू
दिया।
भैया, थैंक यू भैया,
थैंक यू
थैंक
सो
यू
मच।
भैया।
ओके ओके।
ओवर टू पूनम जी।
thank you. Uh, So, first, when we start anything, the why should be very much clear. So, in today's session, 5-8 is already there. So, we have almost 50 minutes together, all the attendees and everyone here present. In this 50 minutes, what we are going to discuss, what we are going to talk, and why we are here today on attending on this session, we are discussing about this session, how we can scale up our practice. Why should be very much clear why we want to scale up, why we are here in this session, why we are discussing this. Because once a why is clear, we got the clarity what we want to do, and that how will unfold automatically when the why is clear. So, for anything, like in our life, is made up of 5 things which I believe. We have career, we have relationships, we have health, wealth, and spirituality. So in 5 things, if we are balanced, if we are focusing on all the 5 areas of our life, we are living a balanced or happy life. So once we are breaking our limiting mindset, the things we are believing, we will be discussing in this session how these limiting beliefs we creates, we not intentionally create, but these are created through the environment, through the circumstances and the people around us. We have our schooling systems and all, through that we creates limiting belief, and how these limiting beliefs keep guiding our life. Through those beliefs we live our whole life. So that in next slide we will be discussing. And whatever we are thinking that we are not able to do something, we are not able to achieve something, these are the just ceilings we are imposing on ourselves, not somebody else is doing. Lot of times the things we believe that these things can stop us are our own projections, our own delusions. Maybe those are not actually the limitations, these are not actually the limits for us. But in many ways, like when I talk with the CAs, they say that someone is doing good because they got the practice from their parents, they got something inherited, that's why they are doing good. Otherwise it is for us, for a young generation, for the first generation, it is difficult to believe. But in our CA fraternity only, leave the other things, in the CA fraternity only, if we want to see the examples of the first generational CA firms who are doing very well, that are also existing. So which example you want to create for yourself, through which example you want to lead your life, will become your limit, will become your limitation. So if you keep believing that this is difficult, this I can't do, and a first generation CA cannot scale up a CA firm to up to a team of 100 people, and up to a team of 200 people, then this is becoming a ceiling for you. So when you can make a belief, make a empowering belief, which is helping you to grow. And these today's like task I am giving to all, uh, after this session, sit quietly and introspect what are the limitations. Like you can ask to yourself also, what I am thinking as a limitation for myself, what those thoughts in my mind is going on. And when you ask yourself maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times, you will get the answers for those questions. what the story you are giving to yourself, that story is becoming your limit. So you can write it down, and then once you know what is the story which is limiting you, then we can change the story. And what is the limited mindset? A limited mindset is any thoughts, any thinking which is keeping you into the same place, which you wanted to be in a safe place, into an environment which you are used to. You are in that environment, and you can't think out of box. That is becoming a limited mindset for you, which is not helping you to grow much. That is becoming your limit. And what happens if like what's the impact of that limited mindset? So professionally you will be stuck in the environment, in the work you are already doing, uh, and at personal level also, uh, you keep believing that I don't have time for my family, for my hobbies, for the other things I want to do. Then imbalance in your life this will create. At the career level also, when you will got the different opportunity, maybe switching from job to practice, maybe the networking opportunity you are getting, uh, you may thinking what may go wrong. A limited mindset will give you theory what may go wrong if I start my practice, and if it doesn't work, if I'm going into a partnership scenario, then in partners will think about themselves only. Few days back only I got a call from one member, and she was telling me like, I meet someone, and that people is thinking about themselves only, they want their benefit only. So if that way we are going into any partnership, we are collaborating with other professionals with the mindset of the other person's may do wrong, what may go wrong. In that way we will not grow, because we are not trusting other person. And this limiting mindset don't give us a opportunity to trust other people, don't gives us opportunity to be in that environment where we can collaborate with other, partnership with other. And if we are not doing that, it will not help us in our growth. So at the social level also, you will not be networking with much people. So in that way you will not be able to grow. And this is some like, we have to ask us ourselves, like what are the thoughts, what are the beliefs that are stopping us from achieving our goals. And first thing is knowing that what the goal we have for our life, that is also very important. Like there is a survey that only 5% people have written their goals in the written form. In our thoughts we might be having lot of things that we want to do this, we want to do that, but in actual, how many of us have our written goals? Goals will be long term, mid term, and the short term. We have to keep breaking long term goals into our short term goals, achievable goals, and that will be of maybe period of 1 month and 6 months and 1 year. Accordingly we have to plan it out. So if we are doing this, uh, we have our clear written goals, then we can identify like what is stopping us from achieving that goal. So first thing is knowing what actually we want to do, that is also very important. So here are few things which generally I listen from other CAs, which maybe few years back I was also believing this, until I have not worked on my mindset, until I have not done my NLP training program, that is neuro linguistic programming, how through the language we program our belief, we program our mindset. Until I have not done that, I'm also believing these same words, and which maybe attendees here can relate, that maybe we ourselves also keep telling these words to us, like networking is not for me. I heard many people, they are like, no, 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 not networking is not for me. I just go to my office, attend, matlab like do the work, and even if they are attending any session for the compliance of CPE or something, they are not open to meet people. Hardly meeting one or two people, attended the session, and gone back to your their office or home. So they are not believing in the networking, and they may believe like clients don't value my knowledge and they don't pay as per our work. This is also the belief. Lot of time we professionals carry, that I have to do everything myself, delegation is not possible, and if I delegate my work, my teammates not doing as same quality work which I am doing. Advisory services are only for the big firms, and we small firms don't do advisory. I cannot charge higher fees, otherwise client will leave. This is the belief many people are having. If I will increase my fees, client will leave. But we have to think from the perspective that if we are giving quality services, if we are at a secure place, and then thinking कि if I am able to give quality service to my clients, why they will leave? Because the same services they are not going to get from the other people. I'm giving my best to my clients. So in that way you will be able to charge your fees. And one of my mentor told me that fees is depends on your self-worth, what you think you deserve, that you will quote to your clients. If you think that you deserve, this is the amount, this is my self-worth, this is I can charge to my clients, we will keep quoting the same fees. So these are the things mostly clients are holding these kind of beliefs. And some people also holding the belief like if I grow my practice, my family will suffer. So if these kind of belief you are holding in your mind, then your actions will not align with the where you want to reach, what is your goal. Because somewhere these will keep stopping you from taking the right actions. So like in the peak season my health suffer, if this you think, you will not work on the things with your 100% capability, because somewhere back of the mind this belief is stopping you from taking actions. नहीं मैं तो बीमार पड़ जाऊंगा, और जो भी मैंने whatever I have written here, these are actual things which I have heard from the while on the consultation calls, and while I'm discussing with the other member. These are the things in the actual life I have noticed, and then I have written in my PPT that what kind of beliefs someone can hold. So like the balance is not possible as a professional, we have to only work, and don't have time for our hobbies and for our family, these kind of things. So in such cases, how it can be changed, we have to discuss about that, because in today's session we are not discussing only what are the problems we are having, but what the solution can be for these kind of problems. So the solution can be how we can change these talking, what is happening in our mind, how we can take it in a positive way. So here we can say like that, if the client is not only come for the compliance, if I position myself right, if I position myself as an advisor, clients will definitely pay for the consultancy fees as well. Uh, some clients may not pay you. Some clients thinks that consultancy is something which is not chargeable, they can leave. But the right people with the right clients, they will and also we are able to make them understand how consultancy is helpful for them, and this is also chargeable. Then we can charge to the our client for our consultancy also. And if we think like I can't charge higher fees, the right thing we have to make this word I like it is the right clients pay for value, not for the cost. The right clients which you want to work are not that much cost they are not that much affected by the cost. They are affected by the quality of the services. And delegation will spoil quality. Delegation improve my quality of time and strategic focus. If I am delegating my work, I will be able to focus more on the strategy part. I don't have time to learn. Every 20 minutes daily compound into a new skill. So if you are giving only 20 minutes for the reading, that is also adding maybe knowledge of 10 pages, or depending upon your capacity of reading speed, but 10 pages at least you are reading of a book. And any book contains somewhere maybe between 200 to 300 pages. So 20 minutes only of your 24 hours you are contributing. Maybe in a month or something you will be able to complete a book, and which will add lot of knowledge in your personality. Your perspective will shift. So in this way we can change our belief system. Here are only the 5 key methods I have written, which helps us to grow, which our practice we can scale up. First is building the system. Second is momentum. Third is thought leadership. There are a lot of other things also, but these 5 things I believe is more important, and these are the crucial if we want to grow. Fourth one is digital presence and increase value perception. So let's cover one by one. First one is building systems. In the building systems, we are talking more about the delegation of work. So in delegation of work, we are selecting the right people, and what the work we are doing, we can give to another person. So as a human, any person have a need of seen and heard. So if your teammate they thinks that they are at the right place and they are being heard and seen, their work is being recognized, they will stay with you. Because in a CA firm, most of the time problem is that staff keep changing, team keep changing. They come from a few months or a year, and then after learning they join somewhere else. So most of the time they come from the training. But as our team is growing, as our team is learning, and they are contributing more, at the same time we are giving them right work, we are delegating some of other work, and we are increasing their pay with the recognition also. So this is the strategy we can follow for letting them be with us. Because if any teammate is coming and they are learning and then leaving, so that becomes a loss for our firm, because we have to train someone else. So retaining the team is important, and giving the right work to them, delegating work. Because if a person CA, if we have everything to do, we are executing the work, then it will not be able for us to make the strategic time, to think about our growth, to plan. What happens many times, a CA firm they starts on the other things, maybe the digital presence, or speak in the CA who starts taking some sessions and speaking. And in their busy seasons, the whole circle breaks. They are again into the execution only, and then like I started doing this, but I don't have time to all these things because I am totally engaged in the execution. So if you as a senior chartered accountant all time busy in the execution, your firm's growth will stuck at some place, like maybe you are earning some kind of revenue, and then you will be keep moving around that only, because you are not doing generating more business. You are not having that kind of visibility in the market. So what in the delegation we can do, like what are the each key person in your team know what they have responsibility. So clearly defining their roles and responsibility in the organization, what decisions they can take independently. if for everything we have to keep reaching out to us, then they become handicapped, they are not able to take the decisions. Some of the decisions which are not that important, we can delegate to them. Then what requires approval. So in each firm, on the basis of the work, on the basis of the nature of work they are doing, they can decide what approvals should be taken, like before sending documents to the client directly, once review of any senior, any manager should be done. So these kind of things, but that our team clearly knows that this is our SOPs, these are our procedures, and we have to follow them. How performance is measured, because anyone who is doing work, if their work is recognized, their performance is measured properly, and that is rewarded as well, they would like to stay with us. So in these things, clarity reduces confusion and conflicts also. So there will be less conflicts in your team, because everyone's roles are clearly decided and clearly delegated to them. Also, what happens in such scenario, in whenever uh, team members have clear roles and responsibility, there are error time, like most of the time what happens in CA firm, we are doing the rework. There are the errors, and then we are doing the rework, so our productive time misutilized in the rework. So we should think how to minimize the mistakes what the team is doing by giving them on the time uh, coachings on the time, like having the review meetings and all, and keep updating the team. So in that way, that effectively our system will be there, and once you have a system in your office, you are free to do other things. Maybe you can take speaking opportunities. Most of the time happens like people, as I see, we are not somewhere lacking on the technical part, technicalities we knows, like on the budget, this opportunity came. So someone who have a system at the office, and then they have the time to analyze the budget, to go for a session, to speak somewhere about the budget, because they have a system in the office, and that can be taken care. Even if 2 3 days they are not in office, their work will not hamper, and that work will be taken care. But if you are you are out from your office for 1 or 2 days, and your work get stuck, and that is that functioning stop, then you will not be able to take the other opportunities which will give you growth, which will give you visibility. So here the proper system we have to set up. The second thing is momentum. Why this momentum is needed? This, I believe a lot in this for anything. In the like on the first of the January, many people starts कि like अभी तो हम बेस्ट करेंगे हेल्थ में, they join the gym out of the motivation and all, and then in the few days only the whole motivation disappears. Similarly, in our office work, we think we will do this, we will do that, and now the I'm thinking 10 times of growth, 5 times of growth, and in the few months only the whole momentum is gone. So it's in the business, having a momentum is very much important, because business is, I believe, all about the speed. How speedily you can answer the queries, how speedily you can convert your inquiries into your client, how speedily you can deliver your work. Because if you are getting paid for some work, maybe 50,000, and you are stretching that work for a 10 days, then that is occupying your 10 days. And if you are able to close that assignment in 2 days only, then in 2 days you are able to earn 50,000. So how efficiently and how in the minimum time you are able to convert your client, your inquiries to client. This is the first point. And the second point comes how clearly and we are able to communicate what is the status of their work, because clients don't like confusion. What's happening? I'm not aware. So communicating whether the work is done, whether the work not done, we are able to communicate them properly. So when we have a system at our office where clearly we are delegating, reviewing, recognizing, and we are having the continuous growth in our office also, we are connecting with the people of the growth mindset, that will create a speed in the business, and with the speed, with that momentum, we will be able to achieve our goals faster. Another thing is thought leadership. So in the thought leadership, whatever the work we are doing, we are uh, presenting ourselves as an expert, as a thought leader. So if you are doing GST, you are presenting yourself a thought leader in the GST field. Until you are not specializing, until you are not uh, having that powerful position of thought leader, you will not be able to charge higher. Because you yourself is not having that confidence, like I can ask for that money and I will be paid for that money. So how you can become a thought leader in any subject, in any area of practice you want to work, that may be company law, that may be direct tax, that may be GST. We have lot of areas to work. If one of my senior said to me, who does everything do nothing. So if someone who does each and everything actually not doing anything, they may be stuck in all the things. So whatever the one thing in the one area of your work, you have to present yourself as a specialist, as an expert. That may be GST, direct tax, any of the area where your presence is being felt. When people think of like company law, so in their mind your name is directly clicking, and in that way we have lot of professionals in our area. If we think of the direct tax, maybe lot of people have got the same name in their mind. So if I talk about the GST, what the name is coming in your mind? Can you answer? So, Chimpuji, can we get the answers from the attendees?
यस मैडम, आंसर वो चैट बॉक्स में रिप्लाई कर सकते हैं।
Okay,
किसी ने कुछ लिखा भी है,
okay.
क्वेश्चन आंसर में लिखा है उसने। आप देख रही हैं मैडम?
अच्छा, okay.
हेलो, मैं
Yes,
पढ़ दूं क्या?
no, this is the we will answer in the last, after completing the session. I will be answering this. So
ठीक।
in this chat, if somebody wants to answer, like if I'm talking about the GST, which professional's name is coming in your mind? Uh, so there is no answer, like Bisal Bhattar. Okay.
तो नमिता सिंघानी जी ने रिप्लाई दिया।
Yeah, Namita replied, and for DT, Durga replied, Girish Ahuja ji. So if you think about these people, how you know about them? Girish Ahuja ji or Vishal Bhattar, because you have attended their session somewhere, you have read their books, you have listened any video or something, any article you have read of them. So this is how they are they are positioning themselves as a thought leader by talking about their subject, by this chat box. I'm not able to. Okay, now removed. So these people have taken session these houses are, I think, maybe more than 300 or 400 times speaking on the direct taxes, and he has written so many books. So these kind, if any topic we are writing books, topping on keep talking on that topic. Whenever we are attending any session, if we are a speaker, then that is the best utilization of our time going as a speaker, because all the people present there knows your name, they knows you what you do. And that can be done not only the CA practice, because if we are doing in our like the CA session and CP programs only, then in that case we are connecting only to the chartered accountants. So there also we get works, because everyone is not dealing in the each subject, and then that is a scope we have open. But if other than conferences which are happening for MSMEs, businesses, if there you are taking session, you are speaking, you have lot of visibility, people knows you. And if someone keep talking on the same subject, they have taken more than 100 sessions, they have positioned themselves as a thought leader in that subject. And if anything comes, automatically their name will strike in other people's mind ki, okay, this topic, let's connect with that person. So in that way we will be the person known for that subject. Other thing can be building a network, as if we are a specialist in one subject, we are not doing all kind of work, but for that we can connect with other person. Network from the other cities also very helpful as a professional, because nowadays we don't work from only one place, there are the branches, there are in the other states, sometime we have work to be done. And if we have the right network with us, we will be able to get that work done easily. In the now digital world, digital presence is that is must for every professional or every businesses. Any business that is coming on the digitally, they are making their social media accounts, and also as a chartered accountants. But a lot of time we things like in the code of ethics, it is not allowed to market our services, it is not allowed to advertise. Code of ethics is stopping us from doing this. But there are the ways for having a professional website for every CA firm. I think is mandatory. They should do this. For that, we have code of ethics rules that this should be on the pull method, not on the push method. So why uh, following those rules, we can maintain our website, our LinkedIn profile, we can maintain, and writing the post on thought as a thought leader on that topic. So maybe someone wants to specialize in GST, they have to keep writing about the GST, what the new case laws, what the amendment is coming, and any the real life cases they have to keep writing on the LinkedIn. So on the tax update, short videos on the YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, even on the Facebook. So Facebook, many people think this is now not much trending, but senior age people are on the Facebook, so they are using Facebook. The young generation is on Instagram. So all kind of platforms which you think suitable to you, your firm can use those social media platforms, maybe LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And WhatsApp broadcast for the clients can be made, and whatever the new updates are coming, we can share through the broadcast list. Email newsletter is also that can be done. Our this code of ethics are not restricting us to do so. So as a chartered accountant, as a professional, we can share our knowledge, and creating educational content is the best thing we can do for our visibility. And that is totally allowed also as per the code of ethics, until you are not asking for the work. Nowhere you are saying that connect to us, for this kind of work. You are not writing this, no, you are not speaking this, you are just making educational and content. You are sharing the knowledge only. So that is totally allowed. But for this only, we have to maintain the consistency. Anything you are doing for 1 month or 2 months and then you are disappearing because you are busy in executing the work. So in that case also, this will not work for you. In maintaining a digital presence, consistency is what plays a major role. You have to keep creating the systems in the back office which will handle execution part. As your work is growing, your team should keep growing. Your team is more uh, course to, they have the knowledge, and with the digitalization also nowadays we have lot of softwares which is integrated with each and like other software. So that in that way we have to create a system for us. And this happened with me, like my one of the my client came, and when we are having discussions, he said ki, I talked with you, and then I googled about you, I read story about you, how you became CA, and that's why only I want to work with you, Poonam, because I want a chartered accountant who is allowing me to take a risk. The person I am currently working with is restricting me to taking the risk. So I want someone uh, who is a risk taker, and who allows me also to take the risk. You are not giving me the fear, ki, don't do this, don't do that. So these are the real things clients are searching for us. So let us know that we have enough good presence for ourselves, which is impressing client in the positive way for us. And the last thing which I want to talk is the value perception. What work you are doing and how client knows that this is the work and this is the value I am getting, and this is what that is what we can charge from our client. So in a case, if the client don't think that your service is adding any value in their business, you will not be get paid but in the better way. So letting them know what the work you are doing, what the value you are creating in their businesses. That's why I say, like, making a detailed bill of the work you are doing. So not writing only that accounts is finalized or audit done, making a bill with the detailed work done for the clients. And this is actually happens like a client call, okay, you want to build this much of the amount, how we are like this is the amount is coming, and then I'm giving a detail ki, this is the whole work I have done for you during the previous 3 months. And then this is justifiable also. They know ki, this is the work is being done for them, and this is the value is being added to the client. So we have to remove the limiting belief also, that market is, and the question I got is upon that only. So that's why I told I will take in the last because if we keep believing that nothing is going to happen us, only the big firms getting all the work and all, so then you are not also taking actions. So if you keep believing that market is competitive, बहुत लोग तो कम चार्ज करते हैं, फिर हम कैसे ज्यादा चार्ज करेंगे, जो सीए नहीं है, दो अकाउंटेंट ओनली आईटर तो वो भी भर रहे हैं, वो तो हमसे भी कम चार्ज कर रहे हैं। तो अगर ये सारी स्टोरीज हम अपने आप को देते रहेंगे, द एक्शंस वी विल नॉट टेक, प्रॉपर एक्शंस वी विल नॉट टेक। Ways to increase the person's value is like, if we are specializing in any subject, client sees us as a special. We have holds a position in the market as a specialist for any subject. We can charge more. So this is one way of creating the value. Another is structured communication. What the work you are doing, you are able to communicate that clearly. Then the professional presentation, the work is doing that is presented properly. Advisory approach, whatever work we are doing for the client, more than just from the compliance perspective, we are also giving them advisory. Uh, like from which perspective you are looking at the work. We as a professional uh, get to like the thinking from that point of view only. So if we think कि ठीक है इसका ये काम आया and खत्म करके उसको वापस करते हैं, that is the only thing. And if we think from the advisory approach, there is lot of work, other work also can be done for the same client. So uh, that is called like generating business from the new client. And similarly, what the other work we can generate from our existing clients, that helps us to grow our revenue. So what the clients you have in the case of like there is one example in no brokerhood. When the no brokerhood is made, that is just a entry kind of software who is entering into the society and exit that the data they are maintaining. And then the owner thought that in the society lot of this plumbers coming and the technical people, they all are electricians, they are coming. Why we are not the one who are providing the number of these gardener and all on our app? And these are someone who are from the local areas only. And the society members, if they want connect, they can take from our no brokerhood only, because on this app they are already registered, they are already using. And so this is how they converted another revenue source for themselves. So in the similar way, what kind of clients we have, what the other services we can provide them, in that way we can think of it. And another thing is confidence in positioning. So what I earlier also told, that what charges you are charging, this is your self-worth, what you believe you can charge, that is your pricing. So if you are confident, okay, this is something I can charge, may be possible that few clients deny that. They are thinking कि अरे आप करते ही क्या हो, एक तो ITR भरनी है. But what the experience I have, these kind of clients are only 10% or 20%. Others are understanding and they are ready to pay. So with this, I would like to quote that your mindset is your practice. Practice is strongest assets or biggest liability. To choose wisely whether you have a limiting mindset or you have an empowering mindset. Which kind of mindset you have, that will directly impact your business, your CA practice. And this is the last. I with this I will. It's 5:50 also, so for 10 minutes we can have for question and answer. So I'm closing my session. Thank you so much.
Uh, thank you, Poonam ji. Is there any question from participation?
There is one question that so long CAG or banks give the majority of importance to the big four or big five, six, nothing is going to happen to a small CA firms like us. So if this is the only area thing that CAG and bank are giving birth to big four only, जो आप काम कर रहे हो ना, आप वहां पे ही stuck रह जाओगे. आप उस एरिया में भी ग्रो नहीं करोगे, आप वहां पर भी एक्शंस नहीं लोगे. तो देर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, आई वुड नॉट डिनाई कि वो नहीं होते हैं या वो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते हैं. थिंग्स हैपन, बट व्हाट सक्सेस इज a person who is doing what best possible that person can do. That is the success. Another question.
पूनम जी, अभी तक तो किसी ने कुछ लिखा नहीं है. आई थिंक, is there any question from participation?
Yeah, there is one in the chat box I got. What are the ways to make clients if a person embark on the practices? So the ways are only the sharing educational content, maybe in the way of writing, in the way of speaking. The more you will be speaking, writing, and talking about that subject, people will know that you are the one who is working in that area. Also networking and attending the events, other than CA also, there are a lot of associations. You can visit those associations, their conferences you can attend, you can create your network. So these are all the ways, and with the time, when others starting recognizing you as you work in the GST, you work in the income tax, they will keep coming to you for their work.
I think there is no more question from participation. Thank you, पूनम जी. आज आपने अपने बिजी शेड्यूल से समय निकाला और हमें समय दिया. आज का टॉपिक था ब्रेकिंग द लिमिटिंग माइंडसेट. एक बड़ा अच्छा चीज है जो मैंने अपने ऊपर भी देखा कि अपना माइंडसेट जो होता है ना वो अपनी सक्सेस को डिसाइड करता है. अगर अपने सोचते हैं कि मेरा लिमिट एक्स तक ही है तो अपने उसके आगे कभी जा ही नहीं सकते. तो मैंने भी अपने जीवन की शुरुआत इसी तरह की थी. पहले डरता था चीजों से, फिर बड़े भैया लोगों से मिला, सीनियर से मिला, उनसे समझा. उसमें विष्णु भैया भी थे, उन्होंने भी काफी कुछ बताया. तो माइंड सेट जैसे ही आप चेंज करोगे ना, आपका सक्सेस आपके पास आने लगेगा. और क्लाइंट की सर्विस आप जितनी बेटर दोगे वो क्लाइंट उतना ही आपको पेमेंट करेगा. बस उसको आपको जताना भी पड़ेगा. जैसे बोलते हैं ना, अगर प्यार करते हो तो आप जताओ. तो
Actually.
उसी उसी तरह अगर आपने क्लाइंट का काम किया है और उसे पता नहीं चलेगी कि आपने क्या काम किया, तो आपको पैसे नहीं देगा वो. तो आपने काफी कुछ बताया कि कैसे ऑटोमेशन करना है, कैसे टाइम निकालना है, कैसे ऑफिस रनिंग सिस्टम को स्मूथ करना है, आर्टिकल्स पेडर्स को कैसे यूटिलाइज करना है, उन लोगों का वर्क स्ट्रक्चर कैसे करना है. तो धन्यवाद पूनम जी आपको कि आपने काफी कुछ आपका एक्सपीरियंस से हमको सिखाया, समझाया, और इस प्रोसेस को अपने आगे भी रखेंगे. एंड थैंक यू पार्टिसिपेशन फॉर बीइंग पेशेंट हियरिंग and participating for today's session. And I think we get support in future from you also. Thank you, Poonam ji.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We close our today's session.